Greetings, fellow right-wing extremists. No. Better yet. In the words of our beloved President Obama, when he was campaigning, who dismissed small-town supporters of conservative candidates just like you as people who are bitter and cling to their guns and religion. My name is Neal Thomas, and on behalf of North Carolina Freedom, I have a question for you. How's all this change working out for you? Well, I hear you, and I agree. But what are you prepared to do about it? In the classic 1987 movie, The Untouchables, anybody like movies? Sean Connery and Kevin Costner play the roles of Jim Malone and Elliot Ness. Elliot Ness was, of course, famous for bringing down Al Capone, the mob. Ness asked Malone how to bring down Capone. And when Malone asked Ness, he says, "What are you prepared to do?" He was trying to gauge how far Ness was willing to go to get Capone. Ness thinks for a moment, and he answers, "Everything within the law." Are you prepared to do everything in the law to end the progressive foolishness that is trampling our Constitution? It's bankrupting our state. It's bankrupting our country. It's selling our jobs overseas in order to redistribute your wealth. My family and I answered the Tea Party's call that went out late last week, and we drove all night Friday so we could be in Washington, D.C. on the West Lawn for the March Madness Healthcare Rally Saturday morning. 50,000 of us shouted, "Kill the bill! Kill the bill!" So loud that some legislators later said they heard us from 4 blocks away. It was a powerful experience. After the rally, we were asked to storm the offices of our legislators and let our opinions be heard. At least 2 North Carolina legislators' offices we visited were closed and locked. Lights off. Now, Congress was in session, and their offices were locked. On the drive back to Shelby, Sunday a.m., as Shanna was talking, I sent out an email. I emailed 4 congressmen, only to hear a message that I was calling during non-business hours, or that their voicemails were full. Then, of course, Sunday evening, the health care bill passed, and Tuesday, it became the law of the land. 55% of voters wanted the bill scrapped, and they wanted to start all over. 55% today want it repealed. Yet it's the law of our land. In the past year, conservative community organizing efforts like Tea Parties, 912s, they've proven 2 things. Letters, faxes, emails, voicemails have no effect on Washington, D.C. D.C. protests really aren't much better. Bush left us with the biggest increase in our national debt by any president before him in U.S. history. That's a fact. Obama seems poised to beat that record before the end of his first term. In 2010 and 2012, we must not simply switch progressive Democrats with progressive Republicans. 2010 is all about the state-level elections. And we must insist on sending conservative people to Raleigh, and for that matter, for your county commissioners and your senators and your sheriffs and everybody else, not just Republicans. But more importantly, probably the most important, we, the people, need to take our state back. NC Freedom has 2 main goals, and that's educating you and mobilizing you about your 10th Amendment rights, and being a statewide communications grid for all conservatives to unite. The 10th Amendment clearly says that powers not delegated to the federal government are reserved to the states. That's you, and that's me. Yet North Carolina Attorney General Ray Cooper is ignoring requests to join 14 other states in filing suit against the health care law. He's ignoring you. For goodness sakes, it's your government. It's your money, it's your state, and it's your country. Let's take it back. How long are we going to let progressives like Joe Hackney, currently the North Carolina Speaker of the House, who supported the interests of the ACLU of North Carolina 67% of the time in 2003? Or progressives like Senator Kay Hagan or Governor Beth Perdue, who supported the interests of the ACLU 75% of the time in 1999. In the beginning of my speech, I asked you, what are you prepared to do?
Put the bums out!
Yes, sir. Get them out. And you know what? We can continue to fax, email, protest to no avail. And we can continue to do that and wait for amnesty for illegals to be crammed down next with 216 votes. Or we can band together and exercise our North Carolina constitutional right to convene a convention of the people and amend the North Carolina Constitution to include the ability for the people to recall politicians.
Yes.
Did you know that you don't have that right currently? You can. Article 13, Sections 2 and 3 of the North Carolina Constitution says that the right to amend the North Carolina Constitution is reserved to the people. Can we return North Carolina to a government of the people, by the people, and for the people?
Yes. Yes, we
Can we?
Yes.
Once again, in the words of our beloved president, yes, we can. Go find an online copy of your North Carolina Constitution. Read Article 13. Go to your neighbors. Take action. God bless you all, and thank you, Gaston Tea Party, for allowing me to speak.